Kristel from Zauberberg. First session on the Kong bed, teaching the place behavior. I purposely don't say command because when we create behaviors, we don't use any words, any cues, commands, as long as the behavior is not established. So any orientation to the Kong bed is marked and rewarded in the direction of the target, the Kong bed. Now I turn this around because I don't want the little label hanging out getting to be a target, and as I did what you just saw, there is the word embroidered into the Kong bed. It's saying Kong, and she just sniffed or tapped it with her nose, and I clicked because it was definitely an orientation to the bed. And let's see if she is doing it again. I think she is. Accidentally, not a bad thing, but here I caught her striking the bed. She's trying to sit because it's a very well-known behavior. It's been rewarded. So it's definitely a close option for the dog to try in order to obtain reward. Boom. There she is again, touching the label. It's something that sticks out to her, and coincidentally, I reinforce it. I don't even know why. There's enough food laying around still, so luckily after the click she found one. Not focusing on me as a dispenser. Now I'm starting to feed out of my hand because I don't want the sniffing behavior on the bed itself, finding the treats, to be more encouraged than we already have been. I just recommend to toss the treats on the bed for the start of it, that the dog kind of gets the idea of what the object of desire really is, or the target that we want the dog to realize. So the dog can leave the Kong bed at her leisure. It doesn't really matter. We are practicing to get on the Kong bed. So the exercise is going on there, not really staying on there. Because getting on there or staying on there are two different things. though I'm reloading my hand right now, I have to watch the dog, and she displayed the behavior of going on there, and you have to be definitely on your tippy toes to catch that, not ignore it when the dog is doing it, no matter what you do. Getting a pretty good idea. Of course, it helps if we train one behavior at a time. So there'll be some anticipation on the dog's part, because there's only one thing that gets rewarded in that session. Now, we saw that behavior was pretty intentionally performed there, to hop on the bed. Now, I waited for her to get completely on there with all 4 feet. If you realize I don't click for the dog to be on the bed, I click for the initial going onto the bed, and then I just keep feeding to make that bed be the place to be. If I would click for staying on the bed as much as I would click for going on the bed, it would be 2 different behaviors, and that would mean that the click is not as effective. No, I said frei and jackpot.